Hey guys, um, you are in my game room right now. So since we're starting probability, I figured I would try something different. I wanted to do a video that's kind of closely related to one of my favorite hobbies, and I think most of your favorite hobbies, maybe not everyone, but a lot of you have this hobby, video games. So before I get into that, I just want to talk about probability for a second. You know, it's a new topic that we're discussing in class, but probability is pretty well known. Probability, is the likelihood of something happening. Like if you flip a coin, heads or tails, it's 50-50, right? That's where we get 50-50 from. It's 50% chance you'll get heads, 50% chance you'll get tails. It's like if you have a bag of marbles, what's the likelihood you'll pick a certain color? Stuff like that. And how likely is it? Um, so with that in mind, I just want to review this number line here. Now I have percentages here, 0%, 25, 50, 75, 100. I also have some key words that we're using in class. We're talking about if there's a 0% chance of something happening, it's impossible. If there's a chance, like if there's a 25% chance, or really if it's between these two, like 17% would fall in here, 5%, anything in between, it's unlikely. It could happen, but it's unlikely. Now, if the odds of something happening are 50-50, like the coin flip, 50%, there's an equally likely chance. You are just as likely to get heads or tails if you flip a coin. So that would be equally likely. Now, between 70 or excuse me, between 50% and 75%, even on beyond actually I guess to 99%. So between these two would be likely. So if something is likely, it means it's not guaranteed, but it's probably going to happen. It's most likely going to happen. And certain would be there's a 100% chance it's going to happen. So I'll get to this again here in a minute with my real life situation, but we're going to refer to these types of words because that's what we're trying to do in class. So what I wanted to do was talk about this in terms of gaming. So, for example, I have some controllers here. Here is a Nintendo Switch Pokemon controller that I have. It has it's backwards for me. Bulbasaur on it here. He's one of my favorites. Squirtle is actually my favorite, but and you can actually see I have some Pokemon, and there's Bulbasaur right there. There he is on the controller. So I have a green Nintendo Switch controller. I have an old purple PlayStation 4 controller. I have an old Xbox. It's purple as well. With some cool designs on it. Old Xbox controller. I have an old, very worn out white Xbox, and there's still a little purple on it. But for the purposes of this video, I'm going to say it's white. So whenever in a minute when I say white controller, I'm talking about this one. Even though there is some purple on it, this is going to be considered a white controller. So just remember that. A couple more. I know I have a lot. I don't have a problem. I promise. I've used all these very well. I don't just collect them. But PS5 controller, and for when I do play my PlayStation 5, usually I play on my computer, and I've been using this controller for the last year. It's a Xbox Razer controller, and it's solid black. So this is my favorite controller. It's got much cooler buttons. It's got all the buttons on the back and stuff. So if you kept count, that is 6 controllers. There are similarities between them, but it's also a lot of differences. So I was going to ask you some questions related to probability. So if I put all those controllers to the side like I just did, and I lined them all up, or I put them in a bag or something like that, couldn't feel them, couldn't feel for the shape or anything. I'm just allowed to reach in and randomly grab one. I would say, well, and I'll write it down here. Let me go back to this. I had 6 total controllers. So there's 6 total. Let me put that here. 6 total. Right? And let's see. Of those 6, I had 2 white controllers. I had 2 purple controllers. I had 1 green controller. And I had 1 black controller. So if you add those up, 2, 4, 5, 6, there's my 6 total. So if I said, what's the likelihood, how likely is it that I would pick, if I randomly picked one, how likely would it be that I would randomly pick a white controller? So I would reach over here. I'm not looking. I can't see. I'm going to pick this one right here. Ah, I did. Now, how likely was that? Well, I can write that as a fraction. I could say, well, there's 2 of them out of 6. Now, 2 out of 6 is less than half. So, equally likely, 50%, that's half. So, it was not likely. It would have been over in here somewhere. It would have been unlikely, but it was possible, right? So, if I said, what is the likelihood I pick a green one? Well, I have a green one, but it's the only one I got. It's the only green one I have. So the chances would be 1 out of 6. Again, is it impossible? No. But is it likely? Not really. It's unlikely. It's probably not going to happen. Now, if I said, what are the chances that I pick a black controller? Well, how many of them do I have? I only have 1 black out of 6, so that's also 1 out of 6. It's not likely. I could pick it. It's here. It exists. It's not impossible. What if I said, what are the odds that I pick a yellow controller out of the ones I showed you? Do I have one? No. It would be impossible. 0%. 0 out of 6. No chance. But what if I flipped that around and said, well, what are the odds that I pick a controller? What are the odds? That would have to be a 100%. I'm definitely going to get one. Now, if I got even more specific, um, of those 6 total, I have 1, 2, 3 are Xbox, and 1, 2 are PlayStation, and 1 is a Switch controller. So if I said, how likely is it that I will pick an Xbox controller? Well, that would be 3 out of 6. That's half. It would be equally likely. It would be equally likely that I would pick, because I got this one, I got this one, and I have this one. So if I pick any of these, then I get an Xbox controller. So that's half of them. So it's equally likely. Now, if I said, what's the probability, what's the likelihood that I pick a PlayStation controller? Well, I have one. Now, this is a PS5 one. This is a PS4 one. I'm not counting the PS5 on its own or 4. It's just PlayStation. So I got 2 PlayStation controllers. Well, that would be 2 out of 6. So it's less than half, but it's not impossible. So unlikely would be it's less than half, but it's not impossible. It would be unlikely, but it could happen. And also, if I said, well, what about a Switch controller? What are the odds? This is the only one I have. So it would be 1 out of 6. It's really not impossible. It's really unlikely. It's unlikely. I would probably not pick this one, but it could happen. Again, what if I said, what are the odds that I pick a video game controller? Well, certain, 100%. It's going to happen. So, when you're thinking about probability, you need to think, well, how many total options do I have? I had six. I had six total options. And then how many of each option do I have? Do they all have the same? Is it equally likely? Sometimes equally likely could mean maybe there's just one of each and they're all technically equally likely. That's a topic for another day. But usually equally likely would represent like the halfway mark in most cases. But I hope this just gets you thinking. Anything in life can be probability. How likely is it that it's going to rain? How likely is it that you're going to study tonight? How likely is it that you're going to win your next sporting game, sporting event? So, stuff like that, you can really put probability in there. Another thing probability can be related to is a game that we've played together. I'm going to try to play a quick round of it right here. And it's a game we all enjoy. We've played it a few times together. I really love this game, and it is Wordle. So you're going to watch me play a game, and we're going to see how it goes. So the way this works is you've seen it in class. We've played it together. I guess we have six guesses, six chances, five-letter word. If the letters are green, we have them in the right place. If they're yellow, they're not in the right place, but they're in the word. If they're gray, they're not in the word at all. I love to start with the word slate. Okay, that's a pretty good guess. So we have an L and an A somewhere. We don't have an S, a T, or an E. Something I like to do though, I'm going to guess something that doesn't have L and A just to see if I can get some extra letters. I'm going to try, let's see, I'm going to try pound. Let's see. Okay, well, I have a D. So I have L, A, and D. Hmm. Now, I was going to say you could relate probability to this. What's the odds I got it right on the first guess? Probably not good. What are the odds I get it right on my third guess? It's probably not going to happen because I don't even have a green letter yet. So you're just kind of watching me struggle through this here. Sometimes I get these quick, and sometimes it takes me a minute. So we're gonna see. Um, what about maybe DAL? No. ADL? No. Oh, I wish I could say like no. Glad wouldn't work. Hmm. I might do another filler guess. So what if I said something like CHIR? I would like chirp, but I already know there's not a P. You know what? I'm just going to do it anyway. None of those helped me. Wow. None of those helped me. So now I only got three guesses left. So I've already used half my guesses. It's equally likely at this point that I get the word. It's equally likely because there's three guesses out of six have already happened. So it's probably going to happen. I hope it happens. I usually get it. Um, well, sometimes I put X's in just to help me. So maybe the D's not at the end. What if it's DAL? Hmm. Trying to think. This is where I need an English teacher. So A is the only vowel. I've noticed that. There's no E, there's no I, there's no O, there's no U. There could be more than one A in here. So what if I had hmm, WALD? Waldy. Is Waldy a word? No, it's not a word. I didn't think so. What about FALD? D, no. Hmm. M, A, L, no. I'm not seeing anything. I wish you guys were here right now. You could help me because I'm by myself and I'm limited to my own thoughts right now. If you guys could help me, that'd be awesome. What if I had BAL, bald, baldy? Pretty good guess, right? Pretty good guess. Um, so that tells me that the D has to go here. So DAL, something else goes there, not an X probably. It's just a filler. Y. Could be Dolly. I mean, could I put a double L there? I'm trying to look at the other letters I have here. Delay. Let's try another L there. I don't even know what this word is. That's it. I don't know what that word is. Dally, like dilly dally, like I don't know. So as you can see, I've played. That's the 250th one I've ever played. I've gotten 97% of them right. So again, probability. If I have a 97% success rate in this game, what are the odds? How likely is it that Mr. Mullins is going to get the Wordle right? It's not certain because there's 3% chance that I've not gotten it, but it's pretty likely that I'm going to get it. So that was that was fun. I'm gonna end this here because this video has been going on for a minute. Um, but I hope this was helpful. Like I said, I'm just like a lot of you. I love my video games. I just thought it'd be cool to relate it to what we're talking about in math class, so maybe it can get you thinking a little bit differently. So, until I see you again in one of these videos, I'll catch you next time. All right, bye guys.